That enemy is not tragedy, it's not failure, it's not illness or catastrophe. The enemy is far more ordinary than that. It's inertia, it's self-abandonment, it's the slow decay of your inner will, the silence that forms between you and your purpose. It's the betrayal of your own intentions, the kind that happens not all at once, but through countless small surrenders. It's the habit of watching the clock tick and not realizing it's counting down your life. It's believing with deluded certainty that you'll have more energy tomorrow, more clarity, more time. It's convincing yourself that delaying things is harmless, that waiting won't cost you anything. But it does. Every moment you defer action, every decision you avoid, every sentence you don't speak, you lose something. A page is torn from the book of your life. A chapter is never written. And no matter how strong your intentions were, they vanish without trace the moment you fail to act on them. No one plunges into inertia overnight. You ease into it. It's subtle, almost comfortable. At first it feels like rest, then like safety. Eventually it becomes identity. It begins with one excuse. Not today, I'm too tired. This week was hard. I'll do it when things calm down. And maybe you will, until you won't, because life doesn't pause for your uncertainty. The world won't hold its breath while you wait to feel ready. And as you wait, time continues to pass, uninterrupted, indifferent, and irreversible. Every moment spent in quiet surrender adds weight to your spirit. It doesn't just cost you time, it weakens your character. It softens your convictions. It turns sharp intentions into dull regrets. It's not just lost productivity, it's lost identity. We live in an age that idolizes rest, but confuses rest with retreat. We're told that to do less is a form of self-care, that to delay is wisdom, that to lower pressure is wellness. And sometimes, yes, it is, but not when it becomes your lifestyle, not when comfort becomes your cage. There is a line between balance and evasion, and most people cross it without ever realizing they did. Don't confuse stillness with peace. A purposeful pause renews. Inertia rots. A pause has direction, intention. Inertia is just absence of will, of effort, of clarity. You are the only one responsible for your life, not the world, not fate, not your past, and not the people who let you down. Just you. That is both the burden and the beauty of existence. Everything you leave for later accumulates. Every time you say, not yet, you build a wall between who you are and who you want to be. Every broken promise to yourself leaves a mark, even if no one else sees it. And in time, you will feel that mark. In the mirror, in your energy, in the quiet discontent that begins to infect even your most peaceful moments. People say, I don't know where to start. As if starting were some grand philosophical crisis. It's not. Starting is simple. Starting is a choice. It's getting up. It's writing a single word. It's speaking up when your voice trembles. It's doing one small thing differently than you did yesterday. You don't need a perfect plan. You need movement. One imperfect step forward will take you further than 1,000 perfect ideas never lived. Yes, it's exhausting. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Growth always is. But action cleanses you. It sharpens you. It reconnects you to reality. Because living lightly is not always living freely. Real freedom often carries weight. It demands presence. And the heaviest, most sacred weight you will ever carry is the full responsibility for your own existence. Every day you are faced with the same decision: to act or to avoid, to show up or to shrink, to build or to decay. That choice isn't made once in life, it's made 1,000 times a day. Every morning, every moment of fatigue, every uncomfortable silence, every time you're tempted to wait instead of move. Knowing you will die isn't enough, everyone knows that. But feeling that time is dying with you, that each day is a portion of yourself burned away forever, that is consciousness. That is the weight of awareness. And once you truly feel it, you stop wasting time like it's replaceable. This is not about hustle culture. This is not about becoming a productivity machine. This is about reverence for the miracle of being alive, about honoring the time you're given because you won't get more. You can earn back money, rebuild relationships, recover reputation. But time is gone the moment you ignore it. When you postpone something meaningful, you are not rescheduling a task. You are delaying your becoming. You are pushing your growth into an undefined void. And often, it never returns. Inaction doesn't just stall your goals. It numbs your spirit. It turns you into a passive witness of a life that could have been yours. How many times have you promised yourself, tomorrow for sure? How many versions of you have died because you didn't have the courage to give them breath? How often have you dismissed that aching voice inside that begs you to move, to try, to become? Responsibility is not a punishment. It is power. It's the reminder that no matter how uncertain, how painful, or how limited your reality may be, you still have agency. And as long as you have it, you have meaning. The world doesn't owe you anything. Not peace, not success, not healing. Those are things you must build imperfectly, persistently, courageously, with your own two hands. What you do defines you, and what you neglect defines you too. You are not your intentions. You are not your ideas. You are your actions. You are your patterns. You are the quiet choices you make when no one is watching. Time is your companion only as long as you walk with it. If you ignore it, it leaves you behind. And what it leaves behind is not always a memory. Sometimes it's a hole, a silence, a shadow of a life that never fully materialized. And that shadow can haunt you in places where no one else can see. Apathy brings friends. Its companions are regret, frustration, and eventually indifference. And that last one is the most dangerous of all. When you stop feeling bothered by your own inaction, when you stop caring about the disconnect between your potential and your reality, then you're not resting. You're decaying. There is nothing more tragic than the person who no longer feels the fire. Because as long as the fire burns, you can rebuild. You can rise. You can begin again. But when the fire goes out, even success feels like failure. Even joy feels numb. You cannot wait for someone to awaken you. You cannot assign your rebirth to anyone else. If you fall apart, you must gather yourself. If you lose your way, you must look for light. Yes, ask for help. Yes, collapse if you must, but rise, return. Reclaim your agency, not because it's easy, but because it's the only way to live with dignity. You will not always control your circumstances, but you always control your response. And if you give that up, if you pretend your passivity is someone else's fault, you've surrendered your soul. The world isn't unfair because it doesn't give you what you want. The world is simply indifferent, and within that indifference you must choose to build, to act, to speak, to fight, to love. Because existing is passive, living is deliberate, and real life, life with depth, clarity, and honor, is something you fight for every single day. Don't treat your days like loose change. Don't sleepwalk through routines that quietly drain your purpose. Don't label your fear as balance. Don't call your avoidance healing. Be ruthless with your honesty. Ask yourself, am I growing or waiting? Am I building or drifting? Am I present or am I absent inside my own life? Neglecting yourself is a form of silent suicide. No blood, no spectacle, just a gradual fading, day by day, breath by breath, thought by thought, and the world keeps turning, and no one notices, except you. You must choose. You must decide whether you will be the narrator or the background noise of your own life, whether you will write your legacy or merely be a forgotten footnote. That choice is not dramatic, it's not poetic, it's practical. It happens in the dark when no one sees. When you get up, when you stay up, when you show up. Conviction is not emotion. Conviction is action in the absence of comfort. It's moving forward when nothing feels inspiring. It's saying yes when everything in you wants to hide. It is choosing to remain loyal to your higher self, even when that self feels like a stranger. Everything is a choice, and when you refuse to choose, you've still chosen. You've chosen surrender, and surrender disguised as peace will cost you everything. If you live in apathy long enough, you become dust. You move wherever life blows you. You drift without meaning. You make no impact. You leave no weight. You vanish quietly. Don't be dust. Be weight. Be stone. Be presence. Be unshakable. Live deliberately. Carry the weight of your own becoming with pride. What burdens you also builds you. What resists you also refines you. You have a present moment, just one. It is unfolding now. As you read these words, time slips. Your body changes. Your world moves. This moment dies. And the only thing you can do with it is choose. Don't leave it to apathy. Don't leave it to passivity. Don't leave it to fate. Don't leave yourself behind. Not now, not again, not ever.